It's been a major change with a lot of our young men, here in America. And this one brother, just a short clip, but he says a lot in this short clip. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Back in my days, boys used to fix cars like their father. Now they get their hair done like their mother.
That brother's completely right, but let's say everything with some balance. Today, you really can't work on those cars like you used to. Those cars are so computerized these days. A lot of times, you avoid a warranty if you worked on it, and they kind of know if you worked on it. So a lot of boys don't know certain things. Back in the day, you could change a whole motor if you wanted to out of a car, versus today it's totally different, right? Now, of course, the basics like, changing a tire, maybe changing certain filters, but even in certain places where the filters are at, you may have to take it in, right? Changing windshield wiper blades. Like today, people just aren't underneath the car no more. I mean, them days of the shade tree mechanic is gone. And also, number two, is that you had a lot of fathers in the household. You don't have a lot of, the fathers are there in one instance, but they're not there in another instance. And then we've been so socialized to take our cars to the mechanic or some sort of shop these days. So that part, it just really got to give balance to it. Just being realistic, I'm not underneath no car. Unless my wife says something is going on with it, I want to check it out and see what it is. And then I say, okay, maybe I need to go get something from O'Reilly or something to fix it. If something like small, or I'll take it, to the dealership or whatever I'm gonna take it to, right? But now, the flip side about getting their hair done like their mama, I want to home in on that a little bit more, because yes, I have never in my life seen, and we keep it on our community, black men with so much hair on their head these days. I've never seen, you got dudes walking around with hair down their back more than women. These dudes are sitting in a woman's chair 6 to 8 hours getting their hair done. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know some of you who watching that got your hair like that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's our natural hair. You going, yeah, I already know. But I'm just saying that it's an explosion of it, right? Of all these guys with this hair down their back, sitting down, in a woman's chair 6 to 8 hours. That's what women do, right? Men, we go get our hair cut. You understand? Even if you have some twist or you have whatever, it's still something that you manage. It's not something you got to go sit in the chair 6 and 8 hours to get. And, I see a lot of that come from, when you have a single parent household, and something about these mothers want their sons walking around with all this hair on their head, growing hair, constantly growing hair. Instead of like, well, go cut that boy hair. You know what I'm saying? Go cut it. What's wrong with getting him a good haircut? Why is he walking around with that much hair on his head? And I remember, especially when it came to locks, that used to be more so a Jamaican thing. But then when Lil Wayne had his locks, and then you saw an explosion of dudes growing out locks. I remember when that happened. And when Lil Wayne did it and he got popularized, then they all started doing it. And it seemed like after Lil Wayne did that, it got okay for all these dudes be having this hair on their head. So it went from locks to all kind of long twists they got. These dudes got hair all over the place now. Like I said, longer than women, but also because these dudes having all this hair down their back, they kind of bust out the lie of so-called protective styles. It's not protective styles, ladies, it's laziness, because these guys aren't walking around wearing lace fronts, talking about a protective style. No, these guys are walking around with their hair every single day and nothing happens to their hair. Now, another thing that I think is real weird, and I can't believe that it's even accepted, dudes running around here with bonnets on. Bonnets is for women, not for men. And you got guys that got no problem walking around with bonnets on, and they walk around with bonnets in public now too. Yeah, and I'm like, what kind of twilight zone I'm living in? Now I'm sitting here watching men walk around with bonnets. Now, if that man is part of the LGBT community, it's a little different for me. But if he's not part of that community, he walking around with bonnets, and you on him in the comment section defending a man wearing a bonnet, like, really? I don't even like to see women wear bonnets in public. But yeah, you got dudes sitting up here wearing bonnets. So yeah. See, a brother that made the video, see, the time, You know, he looked like he's about maybe in my age group. You know, us Gen X brothers, we come from a different time period. This newer generation, I can't get down with that. I mean, it's them, they do what they want, but I just can't get down with seeing so many dudes running around here with hair longer than women. That's just, I just don't get it. It's just a conversation. It's just a conversation. We can't have that conversation in Black America, then where else could we have that conversation? But you know, brothers, I mean, what do you think about that? That you got more men running around with hair down their back than women? I mean, because shouldn't it be the other way around?